I was surfing the internet and checking the CVs of the greatest managers in the world, and I checked one and I saw his CV. I saw Champions League winner, I saw Bundesliga winner, I saw FA Cup winner, I saw Carabao Cup winner. Then I saw a new addition into that person's CV. Nursery school teacher. Jurgen Klopp, ladies and gentlemen. Another title, and you're welcome to the Sports Lounge. It's another beautiful week to talk about the past events of football and everything that happened in the world of sports. And doing that with me today, these guys deserve special introductions. First, the man directly across me. There are rumors that this man fell from the heavens because of how angelic his voice is. Abiola Olayinka, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, thanks.
Oh, damn. Say it again.
I'm doing good. I'll stop, bro.
You got it, bro.
Please.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks. It's been stressful work, but I'm here. Thank God. Happy New Month.
Same to you, man. We'll get back to you and talk a little bit about what you do before we go into football generally. Then the man on my right, Drake sang a song with DJ Khaled saying "No New Friends," and I think that song actually typifies the relationship I have with this person. He's also a man with another very, in fact, both of you, I don't know. I promise you I didn't plan this, but this used to be a man that was on The Voice and in America's Got Talent some time ago, and he came close to winning, but he couldn't win because he had to come back to Nigeria to do a couple of things. Shooks Ogoniba. Shooks, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, Bob and Jill, and it's always a pleasure to be on the show and see, as you mentioned. Like, it's been a long time, yes, but definitely we've been doing this from a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like the right we mentioned, we're back at it again, and you brought someone who would have to ask the audience at some point. Yeah, just have.
We're going to do that. We're definitely going to do that. For those who don't know, Chooks is one of the leading sports enthusiasts in the country, building a FPL group of over 300 people, and I mean, the empty stands has been a very amazing community for those of us that are into sports and all of that. So we have enthusiast royalty on the deck. But Abiola, this is the first time you'll be on the football court, so let's talk about you a little bit. What's good? I know you're a graphic designer. What else do you do?
Well, to be fair, graphic designing is my side hustle. I'm a civil engineer, so I'm into construction design. That's my day job, and at night I done my designing role. That's what I do.
So we can call you the Batman of design.
Please.
So I mean, those two things require a very large level of creativity. And how do you try and juggle both?
I try to look at my designing work as not work, because I'm always looking at design. My friends will tell me that I'm a menace, because sometimes they'll make something or see something and they'll send it to me and be like, how does this look? And I'll be like, the font is weird, this, the color is weird, get something more neutral. It's like, guy, what are you saying? Just be simple. So I just try to incorporate it in my day, and designing buildings and designing graphic work is similar in a way. They have principles, you follow them, and you make stuff. So yeah.
Brilliant. They said Abiola is a Liverpool fan, and I mean, let's just get a little bit history of that. See you beat your chest. When did that start, and who brought you to Liverpool?
I think FIFA brought me to Liverpool. Honestly, I remember 2019. Friends of mine, I used to play.
Did you say 2019? 2019. Okay, sorry, go on. Let me not jump.
I know most people, when they hear that, they think, oh, that's what they want, oh, that's blah blah blah, and I get that. Honestly, that wasn't the reason why. A friend of mine, I used to play PES all the time, and they were like, bro, PES is dead, hop on FIFA 19, FIFA 20. I was like, okay. So I hopped on it, and I was going through the English teams. I was like, oh, Liverpool, Mo Salah, Egyptian guy, let me try him. And I tried the team, and they just felt so broken in my hand. I would always win, and they would force me out. And eventually, my dad's a Man U fan, my mom's an Arsenal fan. I just watched one game one time, and I was like, okay, this is not how I would use you in the game, but I like what you're doing, Mo. And I started watching some of that games, and yes, they did win, consequently. But I think what made me become a fan of Liverpool, or who rather, was Klopp. The man embodies passion and tactics and passion. I think that's like you look at Guardiola and he's a passionate man, but it's more of tactics and forms and everything. But Klopp speaks to the souls of the players and arises something out of them. And I actually went to research on him, and apparently Nike and some other brands will call on him to speak to people because that's the kind of person he is. He's more than just a coach. He's an inspirational speaker. He's a man of words, and like he wears his heart on his sleeve, and that brought me to Liverpool, honestly. So
that's such an encouraging story. I think I shared it here. But I'm sorry, to the obvious question now. I don't know if you have a question, but the other question. Okay. So who were you supporting before 2019?
I wasn't supporting any team. I was one of those neutral fans that would just be there for the drama. And I remember, oh my God, my mom is a thespian. She's very dramatic. So she'll just sitting down and she'll be like, Saka, why now? Oh, this. And I'll just be there enjoying it. And my dad would just be like, Bruno, you're useless. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, what? Why are you playing? Why? And I just love that. And I would watch that kind of neutrally. But now that was bad. Because now I feel it now watching the game. It's like, But yeah, so I was a neutral fan, but now I'm a LFC fan for life.
Brilliantly said. Chuk, so I mean, he has opened the conversation for us, and yes, Jurgen Klopp is one of the people we'll be talking about. He's won the Carabao Cup yet again, and what a way to start the end of Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, well, I won't want to call it end in quotes, but for his Liverpool chapter, of course, he has still spoken.
I don't mean it's dying.
No, for his coaching career. Yeah. But yeah, for his Liverpool part, and which he has done so well in, I think winning the Carabao Cup now leads to that momentum that you want from your players when it comes to the end of the season. So you're in the title race in the Premier League. You're going hard at it, and you expect that says this is your last chapter. The players would give it their all. Now, what this win does for them is it gives them a level of momentum. If you're running a marathon, for example, and you've run, you're running 10 laps and you run 9, and at the end of the 9th lap, you can see your family, you can see everyone cheering you on, and you just feel this burst of energy running through you. It makes you believe that there's nothing you can't do. At this point, it's you and that finish line, and you're getting there before anyone else. And I think that's what this win does for the Liverpool side and for Klopp. I imagine, I'm not a Liverpool fan in any way, but it's going to be a fairy tale end. You announced the end, you had the target still in sight, and players mustn't drop through the campaign and went through it and delivered for you. So I expect that fairy tale end for him, and that would be a good one for Abdullah and other Liverpool fans.
See the smile on his face. I'm sure he doesn't like this since the Sunday final. How did that game go for you? I'm sure you were scared because as a neutral watching that game, I was like, what is going on here? And it's not the first time we've been here before. I think it was 2021 or so, and it just seems I call it the debut of disallowed goals, because it just seemed like nobody really wanted to take the stroke of the game until Virgil van Dijk stepped up.
Yeah, it was a hard game to watch. How did I watch it? I think it was an afternoon, yeah, so I watched it on my phone. I remember my uncle, who I stayed with, was like, do you want to oxygen? I was like, no, there's no oxygen. I don't want to see this on the big screen. Please, I watched it on my phone alone, just like praying. I prayed to God, like, please, let's do something. And
I'm sorry, the Carabao Cup now is important.
It was not for, as Chuk said, it was momentum. Because we've lost so many players. I think as when Glories went down, we lost a dozen senior team players, and it's like we're losing so many players. We don't really have momentum. We don't really have confidence. But then the interesting thing is, we've had momentum since the first half of the season. Because remember, I think it started with Liverpool away at St James Park, Newcastle, where we were down a man. I think we're 2 goals down, and we won the game by 3-2 when Nunes came in and scored. And since then, we've become this sort of mentality monsters, and having that transfer not just to the senior players, or having that not just in the senior players, but also in the academy players was actually incredible. I as a Liverpool fan, yes, and I told you I read The Athletic. I knew some of those players. I knew Scanlon, Ben Doak, sad that they're injured. I knew Kwanzaa. I knew Bradley, oh my God, Bradley, because his dad died and he's still playing incredibly. I knew so many of these players, but then like there's one thing reading about them and seeing them dominate, yes, in the under 21s, under 18s, and then having them come to the senior, the Premier League level standard and actually perform. And one thing, I think it was Conor Bradley said was that Klopp trains them in such a way, and the academy supports it, in that they from on the 16s, on the 18s, on the 21s play club ball. And so coming to the senior team wasn't too much of a change because they're playing similarly. It's just the pace is different. They have less time on the ball. All these different things that they can get with more experience. And so I entered the game with optimism because I wasn't like other people who didn't really know these people. It's like, okay, yeah, I see them on the bench. I know these people can do something. Ioni is incredible. I know he can do something. Is he going to play? But then Chelsea started and I was scared because they are the better team. In so many wars, they should have won that game. I don't know what happened with them. Chelsea, thank you though, but they were woeful.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
Chooks, I guess where I'll come to you is this Israel kid, he did it again against Southampton, the win. And I mean, there's a guy called me 16-year-old, the youngest ever Liverpool.
In here, there.
Do you think is riding on that Klopp juice a bit too good? Why do you think he's good? I'm not saying Klopp doesn't encourage young players. I mean, you would say it from when he came into now, how many young players did he really integrate?
Sure.
Up until now, I say like, bro, I'm seeing people I've never heard of.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. Like, so, do you think is like I said, since there's a lot of Klopp juice, riding on internet?
So right now, what I see going on with Liverpool is it's similar. It's akin to what we saw in that one Real Madrid had to the Champions League final, where they faced Liverpool in that final. I remember we started together just before that match started, and the question was who would win this, who would leave this cup come the end of the final whistle. And we couldn't really put a finger as to why it would be Real Madrid. But everyone knew there was this feeling, there was this sense in the room that it's going to be Real Madrid. And so I see a similar pattern playing out here with Liverpool. So Liverpool, they've been stricken with injuries and real bad right now this season. And somehow they're getting results out in the right now where Klopp and Liverpool are at. I can't explain it, but there's a momentum driving them forward. So it doesn't matter if they bring a kid from the under 18s or they sign someone overnight and just put him.
Or just won't tell somebody from the fans. So
Exactly. Just on being the post something. Keller had the performance I never expected in that game. And these are things I can't really explain. For Abiola, it may be different because at least the names are not new names per se. But for me, it's unbelievable. And now I would narrow that down to the club chiefs, like you mentioned. But not just that. There we have that fairy tale end. I believe a lot in this fairy tale end. It's like somewhere, this is just out of nowhere, but somewhere I believe Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to do well in another club, and then we'll be wishing we didn't fire him. But that's a different story. Right now it's club, and I think the fairy tale wind or fairy is on his side. And he should ride this as pretty and as good as possible. And should also squeeze out all of that club juice and then throw out the league is because I don't want City. Let's not even be ever City ball. Liverpool over City, and I think these two things working in their favor has helped them in the Carabao Cup, and I expect it to take them to end of the league.